The larger brief by the joint family with 3 generations was to have a vivid experience than their first home. Hi, I'm Shikha. I'm an architect and an academician. I'm very pleased to present to you our project, the Carapace, a living shell that is located in the outskirts of Gandhinagar. So in the Carapace, the larger brief was to generate a second home for this family that we have built already a first home for. As a first glance, when one perceives the project, it seems as a form which was preconceived, but actually it was something where we wanted to blur the boundaries between the nature and the architecture, and how a wall sits really orthogonal to a site. We didn't want that, and that's how the entire idea of shell really blends with the contoured site that we have here. One of the challenges that we faced during construction were that we were trying to make this shell feel afloat from the ground and not have it like a vault on the ground. And a lot of structural engineers told us, why do you need to do that? Why not just make a vault rather than an entire shell? So the reason to do that was to really have this offset and a water body here, where you get light, where you get beautiful reflection of water here, and then the ground starts. So the larger idea to take it really afloat was to make it look floating, to have green coming till the very edge and have the shadow of the building coming down. We wanted to blur the boundaries between inside and outside, and really didn't want any interruption between the views across the farms that we have around here. We used a lot of laminated glass, and with again questioning as designers that there is again a preconception of using limited glass because we are in a temperate zone, and we go through 4 seasons. As we have tried to take care of the issues of climate in terms of the planning of the project. So as you can see here, we built 2 blocks largely, like you see here, there are 2 blocks in north-south direction in a way. So we are opening majorly, so this is the direction of all the glass facades that you see, which is majorly towards the northern side. We are blocking away the west completely in a way, and we are welcoming the east light from these zones, and the evening sunset and the evening deep light from this side. So that was the larger strategy, to have a smaller unit as a private chamber which houses 2 bedrooms at its core. and then have this major public or semi-private spaces where you enter like you entered almost like how you would enter a forest, like having winding streets, like with really dense forestations around. And going through this really low foliage in between these trees, and then slowly you open up to a semi-open space here. Then you again see a bunch of trees. Then you have this plaza, and then you incline towards this entry point where you have one living space here with an open kitchen, which really becomes a place where you can enjoy almost all the seasons, because it's again protecting you from direct sun, but also has a lot of play of light due to its east, exposure in a way. As you move ahead, you have a really open plan which really spills into a dining space and a veranda space, overlooking the water body. And having this sunken living space, which really gets exposure of the sun, which was very intentional in a way. But this zone largely is our night and evening space. And this zone entirely is our day spaces. Like, even if someone wants to have a nap in the day, this becomes a shaded, cozy dome. In this project, we wanted to use very little materials, very monolithic, very singular materials. So largely the structure is reinforced concrete, and the finishes contain largely lime. And the major chunk, which is the facades, it is made up of Saint-Gobain glass. Glass generally, which is really misunderstood as just giving exposure and transparency. Of course it gives that. But it also gives a lot of strength. So you can see here all the facades are glass panels, which are in a way laminated glass, which really are highly durable to any external forces, and also gives us a sense of helps in cutting down a bit of the outdoor sound, as the site is really next to a highway. In the interiors, we have used lime to give largely a monolith experience throughout the spaces, and have really inbuilt furniture as you see around. And we have used polished kota inlaid with terrazzo to add dynamism. And we have used back painted glasses in a lot of furniture, especially which which are transforming for kitchen panels, kitchen shutters, cupboards in a way, which are housed within the washrooms. So that's largely the very neutral color palette that you can see here.
Hope you enjoyed this video. For more such breathtaking projects, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Architect's Diary. Also, don't forget to like, share and comment.